Hi, I'm David Lisot for CoinTelevision. I'm here in Irving, Texas at the American Numismatic Association convention. Behind me, the Early American Coppers meeting is getting ready to start for Region 6. They're going to be discussing the upcoming convention in Traverse City, as well as other matters of interest to early American copper collectors.
Well, we got the convention coming up. That'll be good. In northern Michigan.
Give us a good pitch on that Nashville Coin Show coming up.
Well, it's sold out in 3 weeks. And I told all the dealers that want to get in, I said there will be openings, because if you complain about something, you're out. Automatic rejection. You just get your money back and you're gone. It's that simple. So we don't think the lights will work. We don't think the tables will fit. Security's not going to show up.
Who's not going to show up?
The security probably won't show up.
I bet you that.
I mean, you know, all the things that have ever gone wrong at a coin show, count on it.
Okay, which show is this?
My little show in Nashville.
Okay.
In Nashville.
And we were in the Williamson County Agricultural Center.
That's where they have the Civil War show.
They do. And that's where they have the giant truck show, you know, where you jump over trucks and stuff. And we've got a little teeny room once you come in, the meeting room that we're going to be in. It's just a little bigger than this room. And we've stuffed in 59 tables in there.
That's the way to do it.
6 footers, you know, can't get into, you know, whatever. But it's going to be a fun little deal. And it's a start. Nashville has 100 people a day moving into it. It's been that way for 5 years straight.
Yeah.
Now stop me if I'm speaking out of turn, Steve, but one year maybe we asked you to be the security for a lot viewing or something.
I think
It's a
so.
long time back.
Long time back.
Yeah, you showed up, so I don't think I'm worried about your having security at your show, because it was like a scene out of Taxi Driver or something. You unpacked your bag and it was like.
You're not supposed to talk about that stuff.
Well, I wasn't, I
I
was
said,
saying
can
you
you
could
watch on
stop
the
me.
side? Yes, I can. I didn't know what kind of level of security you need. I think I just come up active duty. So I figured security, you know, you better come well.
Did he come in camo and
Completely.
everything? Camouflage.
It was almost that.
Carpet.
You know, I moved, it's just funny, I moved a sizable collection. It was, you know, middle 7, and so they wanted me to move it, and I got one of my state trooper buddies, and so we laid out what we're gonna carry for, you know, in case we should get run over by MS-13 or something. He looked at all the stuff and he said, boy, I hope if we get in a gun battle, that we lose, because I'd be embarrassed to lose with this. I wouldn't be able to face my buddies as a state troopers. He teaches the tactics for me. He goes, this would be embarrassing. I'd never be able to face my buddies. You lost with that kind of stuff, you still lost. Yeah.
I might give a little publicity for that Houston show. It was, they moved from the Brown Center. That might have still been partially underwater when they held this one this year, but they moved it to Conroe, Texas. And it was a very successful show and a really nice venue. I don't have anything to do with it, but it was interesting to see. It freed up the club members that had probably become overextended when that show expanded in the Brown Center to several hundred tables. They were free to walk around, be very welcoming to everybody, and yeah, it was a really nice show.
Well,
If they can only get an auction company to come back and hold an auction there like
they used to.
they did and used. Just have to, yeah.
I bought coins out of that auction.
So
Just what I need, another auction calendar. We're only doing 10 a year.
better to wear out than rust out now. You know, that's good.
Let's make it one a month.
You just are lucky you don't. I'd say you should stay far away from learning anything about like comic books or modern literature. If Jim asked you who Archie and Jughead are, you just go.
Don't they work down the hall?
No.
You know, one thing I should mention about Travis City is
Yeah.
that, we have a golf thing on Thursday morning, okay? And it's a scramble, so you don't have to know how to play golf, because we got A, B, C, and D players, and each team has one of each. And so, if you play, once or twice a year, whatever you do, you're welcome to come. And we've got three foursome spots lined up, and last year we only had 7. Year before we only had 7, so we're trying to get to at least
A few more
12.
people, yeah.
So, I mean,
Maybe
it's a
I'll
good
play
chance to
that.
go out there and hit them.
This
And
Thursday?
they're great golf courses.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
really
heard.
are really nice, and they said that they shouldn't be,
Long.
well, we have carts, and we can request a drink girl to follow us around.
That always helps.
But don't any of us gray-haired guys make moves on the drink girl. That's creepy. At our age, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What
Now,
would
Trav
you-
and those guys could, but
There they are.
yeah,
So,
there he is.
yeah.
Lucas and Trav can put moves on the drink cart girl, but not us gray-haired guys. Gee,
They can't be out of commission.
I know, I heard that Lucas was pretty much committed, so he,
I love Copper.
Are you gonna play, or are you just thinking about it again?
I'll play.
Okay.
I'm
Steve, what would you be
Yeah, I think
classed
I might
as?
play.
I might play. Steve.
I'm a C player.
A C player.
Which
So,
is what?
okay, and
I
how
hover
many
right
times do you
around
play a
100.
year? How many times do you
Now,
play?
well, last year I played 17 times.
Yeah,
I
you
played
have a
once so
golf,
far
you
this
had, used to have a golf course in your own backyard.
year. It didn't help.
Yeah.
In
Well,
fact, Mark
I just figured
with
if you're in the
Sam,
city-
and Sam hit it over the tree line near the house and took the windshield out of one of my Suburbans.
True story.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
I said, that's
He
the
hit-
longest
he hit the
seven
shot of
iron or
his-
8 iron I've ever seen in my
He hit
life.
the shot of his lifetime. It flew over the trees off
Over
of
the
Steve's
green,
little
over the trees.
5-hole golf course.
Yeah.
And literally, I mean, we heard this big crack when it hit. And we were trying to figure out, and literally, and the ball was still lying on the,
And it
Right next to
broke
the
one of the
windshield.
windows of
Yeah.
your Suburban?
Not the armor was.
Because I was thinking,
That was a bullet.
I know if you broke that, if you break that window, munitions go off. There are impact grenades and things like that. You break that window, all hell breaks loose.
Well, this
So
guy had a,
when you see Sam
Yeah.
tease him about the time he hit the Suburban and won.
yeah.
Set the alarm off, please?
No, they weren't, none of that had the alarms on, but it was pretty
You might
fun.
need to add a D2 class. If you're a C and play 17 times a year, you might, a D.
Well, I
and then
can't break
D2s.
100 without, fixing the ball and a few mulligans
Yeah,
and all that.
right, yeah. I did used to play with guys like
Foot
you,
wedge,
that
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, foot wedges and generously at least, that's close enough, I get it.
The last time I swung a golf club was when we played in Charlotte.
Yeah, but you have a great swing, it's the same deal with your bowling, it's just,
It's the
Yeah,
same
but
as
I play like once every 3 years.
doesn't matter.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, let me tell you.
Same
one thing
swing and the same
I took it
score,
up
right?
6 years ago, okay, so, that's why I'm so bad, because I can't even get the club around, but the deal is about golf, I figured out, is nobody cares about themselves but you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all self-centered, they could care less about they don't even see where your ball goes, no one knows how you're playing, they're all worried about themselves, it's so self-centered golf is, it's like, how would I do? I don't know, I was watching my ball, Isn't that right?
The old,
Nobody cares.
the old Winston Churchill quote said, "When I was 20, I was worried about what everybody thought about me. At 40, I didn't worry what anybody thought about me. At 60, I realized nobody was thinking about me in the first place."
It's true.
It's true.
So if you've got, don't you think, with our group, it's great, because, at Scramble,
Yeah, scramble is the
you
way to
hit the
go.
ball, and who's ever got the best shot,
You go
whoever
there
moves the
and-
ball up to that spot.
You keep taking the best shots, but that's a great way to play.
I think so.
You got different people at levels and stuff. Because then you don't even know your score. Your score is the team score.
It's a
You
team
know,
score.
So you could be.
Everybody can make a putt every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Going,
Which really happens.
Yeah. So
going
that's a
back to
good way to
Traverse
play.
City, how's everybody getting there?
Can you guys kind of give an overview of Traverse City and why people would want to go there?
It's in Michigan.
That's all you need to know.
I understand the
Those
hotel is a
bound
great
one.
recreation
Is it a nice hotel?
spot, a really beautiful
Oh, yeah.
hotel.
It's a nice.
And it used to be one of the major tourist draws in Michigan.
Well,
right?
I think the PGA had a tournament on one of the courses or something, I was reading, and, I mean, it's
it's at the-
courses.
Yeah.
It's like a serious golf deal.
The EAC convention in Traverse City is at the Grand Traverse Resort, which I assume is a very nice facility. I've heard it is. I've never been there, so I don't know for sure, but I'll be able to answer that question, as will we all after the convention. But it's going to be basically 4 days of early copper, so why wouldn't you want to do that?
Well, I guess the area is really nice too. I mean, lakes and, you know, nice forests, and it's a beautiful area from what I
And they
understand.
have casinos
so-
to take all my money.
Yeah, they got lots of.
I think you can fly into Chicago
Yeah.
and drive.
I'm actually,
It's a 7-hour drive, or
That's
go
pretty
right
long.
from the Central States Convention in Schaumburg.
There's flights from Chicago.
well,
into
my
Traverse City.
schedule, my
Right.
schedule's going to be hectic, because I'm going from Central States. My wife and daughter are flying up to Milwaukee on Saturday morning.
Mhm.
And we're gonna spend a day and a half, Saturday and Sunday, visiting our daughter, son-in-law, and grandson, who now live in
That's
Wisconsin.
right.
They moved to Kenosha, so they're right across the border. So we're gonna fly back Sunday evening, and then I'm gonna turn around Tuesday and fly to Detroit, and spend Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday morning in Findlay, Ohio. And then from there, drive up to Traverse City, which is like from Findlay is about a 6-hour drive. But if you fly into Detroit, it's about a 4-hour drive.
If you make it out of Detroit, yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah.
It's very nice. That's a nice itinerary, Mark. My itinerary is I'm going to be down in Spring, Texas before going to Central States with my son and my 3 grandbabies.
See, I only have one grandbaby.
I know I have 3 grandbabies.
I understand that.
Then drive to Schaumburg and then drive on to EAC.
Okay,
Well, you know,
But
the
you've
other
got more
thing,
coming. You've got more kids. You've got more kids.
hopefully.
but you really wanna try to support the club, and also the guy putting it on, it's not easy. Russell attests to that, he did a wonderful convention here in Dallas, you guys put on down here, remember?
Yes.
Mark was
We did-
involved,
we did,
and Russ and Mark worked on
We
that
did
thing.
2 wonderful conventions here in Dallas.
That's
one in,
right, and they.
2008 and another in 2015.
Very memorable,
We had
and,
Ed Jasper worked on those as well.
and so that's not easy to put those on, and so you wanna support them, and
That'd be nice.
What are
I mean,
the
there
date,
flights
what
out
are,
of
what are the
Chicago.
dates of the convention?
May 3 through 6.
April, right?
May.
Oh, May, you're
May,
right.
May 3rd through 6th.
Hope it's not a
Different show.
are you gonna swing a golf club?
Could possibly be.
Are you gonna stay in the room, drink scotch?
I'll do that too.
Can't you do both?
You
At the
can.
same time?
Bring the scotch out to the golf course and then we can talk.
It really wouldn't matter. Might help my game. I was able to take a golf lesson this week, in fact, on Tuesday, and my instructor pulled his back, trying to show me what I'm doing. He said, yeah, he said, let me show you what you're doing, and he swung the club and he went, oh, gosh. I think he's, you know.
Was he trying to duplicate your
Yeah,
swing?
he's trying to duplicate my swing. Let me show you what you're doing, and he did it, and he about killed himself.
Makes a lot of sense.
There you go. Lucas hits the ball sometimes a long ways, but sometimes not.
Well, yeah,
Direction needs a little work.
It's perfect
I was
for
gonna say, we
scramble,
don't-
right?
You always
Yeah.
want someone young to drive, and then they can't do anything after that.
But it's the direction where the problem is.
Yeah, well, Lucas
You never know.
hits it a long ways, but we don't necessarily know which way.
Yeah,
We don't know which way it's gonna
You
go.
know?
Neither does he.
Works out 50% of the time.
That's enough.
Scramble is.
So was anything found here? It used to be that there was a regular flurry of varieties found and everything. I know Kevin Vinton found a couple 218s recently. So those are becoming more common.
I haven't heard of anything. I didn't find anything. Any upcoming auction events, Chris?
We have Les Heilbronner's collection going up in June, and then the second part of Barry LeMay's half cents that we just sold the first part, and then the second part.
What's that gonna be?
June or late May. It's in June, right before Long Beach. I don't have the date in my head. How
It's
about
June.
guys?
We
And
will-
Long Beach is in June because it's just before the A&A Summer Seminar.
There you go.
Now, Summer Seminar is another subject you could mention, that you've got Steve Carr and Doug Bird teach a wonderful seminar there on early copper for 4 days, which if you know, I don't know how, you guys are all pretty advanced, but it's still a good review and they do a good job.
So Heritage has a couple events coming up. We will have at the ANA, we will have the Red-Headed Copper Collectors half-cent collection, which will be a small number, maybe 40 or so pieces of spectacular high-grade half cents. The most impressive is a 1796 C2. The PCGS grades MS66 plus red brown.
What?
So that's, 1796 C2, MS66 plus red brown. That's a pretty special piece.
Is he still redheaded?
Be able to
Huh?
identify.
Is he still redheaded? You can't tell.
I don't know if he's still redheaded or not. You know who it is, I think, Chris.
I think I do.
And there's some other mid-state 1790s half cents and
Okay.
some later issues. We have another collection we have not announced yet, but we'll have some spectacular, a small number of spectacular pieces. Chain Amorai with the rim cut over TAT, and I think finest known with the rim cut.
Mhm.
There's only like 6 known with that rim cut, I believe. Also another Chain Amorai that's mid-state with original mint red.
Part of the same collection?
Yep.
Okay.
And he will have, that collection has 3 or 4 1792 pattern pieces.
Okay.
So pretty spectacular material. It's not a large number. That tire consignment only has 21 coins,
Huh.
but
That's
got,
coins, yeah.
a Getz 1792 Getz piece in copper and a Getz piece in silver. We will also have another consignment coming up. Let's see, this one I just mentioned is going to be next year at Fun.
Mhm.
We have another consignment coming up in ANA that's going to be a 1 coin consignment that we haven't announced yet, but when we do, everybody will be very excited to see. So there are some interesting things coming up.
Is it a nickel?
You assume it's the same. I'm still waiting to hear something I might be able to buy. I know, the 21 coin consignment's probably not gonna have that, but maybe it will.
It will not be a nickel, but it will cost a pretty nickel to buy it.
Is it a gold coin?
Huh?
Is it a gold coin?
It might be a gold coin.
How about so we have an actual ANA board member now, so we got a little swag now with ANA.
Not enough to get EAC meeting in the convention program though, apparently.
Well, that
Oh,
wasn't
that hurts.
my job.
Wow,
was this?
okay, board card, we'll talk to you.
And we had to talk to someone from Dallas who dropped the ball. Hello? It's real simple. You make a call or send an email. It's not tough. Shame.
I was looking for the meeting this morning in the program and
Good luck with that.
didn't find it.
Okay.
Yeah, good to put the advertising in there. But no, the only thing that we've done is we're emphasizing as a board as much support as the clubs ask for. That's the big difference. And do we have a club rep, for EAC? That is the direct link to our club program?
We should
To
really
A&A,
have
a
one.
direct club, to
Yeah,
A&A?
yeah, all the
We're
clubs have a.
nominating you, we're nominating you.
I can't do
You
that,
now,
John,
Steve.
because it's a unfair influence.
For a guy that's in the military for so long, I'm surprised.
But
they
we
didn't
really
make
should,
him
the
volunteer.
president should appoint someone as the club that wants to do it, so that there's a, because for instance, before you have your convention stuff, the A&A will send tons of numismatists and things to give away. They'll have prizes, drawings. I mean, they'll send red books, whatever you want to support the clubs. You know, we got these packets. We got a small, medium, and a large packet. The A&A, the EAC convention, you probably want a large packet because, you know, guys like to take everything that's free. Right? But we had one in Philadelphia. So if we have a club rep, but I think, who handled that up there? Ray Williams did.
Really? Yeah. Makes sense.
So maybe Ray's the guy. But I'll make sure, that's a good point. I will make sure we have club packets sent to the hotel in advance. I haven't done that, and I'll take care of that. That'll be my job. If they're not there, you can get mad at me. I'll write that down on a piece of paper. What do you say? Give me a sheet, Russ. Put that down, otherwise, guess who will forget? Here, you put it on the back of that. Let me just borrow this for a second, sorry. So that's the only thing that I think is of significance, other than that we've got a lot of really good things going on. I'm working with some really good board members.
Mhm.
And they're not all worried about what previous boards did, we're worried about what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a big difference. You can't complain about what happened years ago.
Doing good.
EAC. So we're doing everything we can to keep the hobby thriving. You know, when I go talk to clubs and they're not A&A clubs, they say, who here knows what a Beanie Baby is? So, do you know what the last Beanie Baby collection sold for on eBay? All 525 of them, and the original plastic with the little metal thing. And remember, some of those were going for $300 or $400 a piece.
Oh, for sure.
So all 525, examples that he made sold for $475.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's give me a day or so.
Are you gonna have him out here at the show?
Sorry, the fine guy. It was like the American Philatelic Society, at their board meeting. Their average age is 94 years
I
old.
was just gonna say 87, but 94.
Well, 87 or whatever it is, but at their board meeting, one of their board directors, he had a heart attack, and they got 4 guys in the ambulance before they got the right one.
I went, it was probably maybe 3 years ago, I went to the Texas State Stamp Convention. It was held in the Dallas area, and there were like 15 dealers at the State Stamp Convention. And I was the youngest person in the room.
By about 40 years.
Right?
It's nice that David is here doing the,
I think
because
it's great.
there's everybody under 40 or 50 years old in this club, they'll be watching this, online. I mean, that's what all the buy-ins that I'm in contact with at all, they don't.
Hope he edits.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to go to a coin show, I
They
do it
don't,
on my
but
phone.
they can do everything on their phone or on the internet, or they text each other and sell things back and forth.
See, my problem is my phone's smarter than I am, so I don't know how to use it.
Exactly. Exactly true. But I feel like there's a fair number of younger people,
Lots.
which I've redefined over time, what I consider to be a younger person.
So anybody in their 50s is a younger person to you.
Under 40, they're young.
They're not on Medicare, they're a
You
younger
better expand that
person.
while you can,
Yeah.
I'm 39.
Yeah.
We just don't,
I think
we don't see
the
those
hobby's
guys.
coming back, Chris, what do you think? I think we're getting a little stronger.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it is a little stronger, and I think that there's some very interested younger people. They're just doing a slightly different thing. I know that these guys have associates that, you know, there's a fair number of younger people that are in the dealer community. They're a little slightly different group than in the roaring 70s, and thank God for that. If anyone that's old
Yeah,
enough to
I look
remember
at-
what that used to be like.
I look at a few of the youngsters that are active, people like Garrett Ziss
Yeah.
and Kellen Hort.
Mhm.
I mean, these young men are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And they're both, what, like 14 years old, maybe right around there?
Yeah, they would keep growing too. They get older.
Yeah,
They're probably
they do.
16
It might
or
be,
so.
might be 15 now.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that really gives us hope
I think
for the
so.
future.
Where are they getting their energy from? What's driving it initially?
I don't know.
I think that there is so much available to people online, so much information, some of it great information, some of it not so great information. I mean, some of it very accurate, some of it, but I do think that there's a greater ability for a younger person to connect with other young people that have an interest in numismatics than, you know, maybe when, 30 years ago, where the kid would likely be entirely themselves, and then they go to a local coin club, and they'd be 14, and everybody else would be 40 or 50.
I think in the case of Garrett, it's probably just something in the water. Because he's,
That's
he's
true.
He's from the same hometown as John Kramer.
He is. He's from the same area.
So-
All right, well, see, that's the link, that's a link.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's something in the water.
Now, the kids that reach the highest level, for the most part, usually have a lot of support from parents.
Well, they do. I mean, certainly Garrett does. I mean, Lynn's with him at all the different shows that he goes to, and she's taking him all over, which is great.
There's a young guy that was here yesterday, I spoke with briefly. His name's Cole, and I'm drawing a blanket. His mom was with him. He's attributing Civil War tokens for me. Bright kid, has a really high level of interest.
Oh, I can't think of his last name. He's in the Civil War token.
Yeah.
He's actually on Civil War token notes on Facebook. And,
Yeah. So I'm fairly optimistic about that. I think that these young people, though, they do have a greater ability to connect with each other. So they don't need to be connected to us old graybeards. They're connected with each other, and they do a lot of selling back and forth or trading back and forth. That's something that has changed.
I gotta go work.
Yes, we all do, don't we? So
No, you gotta cast 1,000, so I'm gonna cast a 1.
Thanks.
all right, Steve.
Well, I have some news with the DVDs and videos we've shot in the past. I won't be at this year's EAC convention. It's apparently a board decision not to do any more videos. So we're going to, we worked out a deal with the Newman Numismatic Portal to post all the EAC lectures on the Newman portal, so they'll be available for free to the membership in the coming year. So it'll be more than 150 videos, everything from 2005 to 2017 will be available for free to the membership.
Excellent. It's very good news. It's not good news.
Well, it's not good
coming to
news that you're not
conventions
gonna be
anymore,
there.
but
That's,
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was a board decision, so we'd be happy to, we always enjoyed our relationship with the EAC, and we're sorry that it's apparently come to a conclusion, so. So, any big,
okay, we done?
all right.
We're done, right?
We do
I
have,
think we.
we do have a TNA sale, or show coming up here in June.
Okay.
So we need to promote all the copper people that come back in.
That's right. I'll be there.
All right, I'll get you.
Yeah, I got one point, in August, Philadelphia this year, ANA,
Yes.
they are going to have the NBS, the bibliophile group, is going to be doing their auction of books, and I expect there'll be quite a few good copper books in that. For those that are into literature, like myself, I can't afford a lot of the coins, so I would buy the books.
I believe there may also, sometime in the future, you might also start to see books from the Newman Library coming out.
Really?
Now that
I
they're
don't
scanned.
know-
Will
I
you do
don't
that,
know-
or will,
Would that be a K&F, or,
I don't know all the details at this point. I just, that was
but it's
something
gonna be
I
a
just
consigned
heard.
auction, probably a named auction?
I would
Under
imagine
Newman,
so,
I would-
but
yeah,
I
I
don't,
would
I don't
imagine.
know any more details at
That'd be
this point,
fantastic.
but, keep watching for that.
If you know anybody still looking for an EAC grading guide or a half-cent dicey book or anything like that, you can send them our way. We have some. that are-
Actually, I do know if somebody's looking for a EAC grading
They can
guide. I
find
just have
us.
to remember who it was.
Okay, we have plenty. They're listed on eBay or they can call us either way.
Okay,
So,
that's good to know.
okay.
All right.
good.
There's another man.
So Mark, are you gonna have like
I
a
don't know that.